All right, all right, all right. Peace to the family. We won, as in W-E, plural now. Number one, we are one with the lineage, and I say B1, not the letter and number, because B1 can apply to it can apply to anyone that's black. Black Dominican, black this, black Bigfoot, black alien. It's not exclusive enough. So I like to say BE, the verb, BE, to be. BE1, which is B1 on code. I like to be exclusive. I don't want to leave any room, any crack in the window where a thief can come in. I'm sealing that thing up. All right. So let me pop it off with this breaking story first. I mean, like, you really will just believe this is like a fake news, but it's not. Okay, so Sidney Bouvier Gilstrap Portley. So we know this dude is everything but FBA. At 25 years old, he was cosplaying as a FBA senior, and he made the basketball team as a grown man, right? He started to play good. He got this off because he claimed to be a Hurricane Katrina evacuee. So he used some like fake FBA Muslim name, and he spelled that wrong. But he spelled Rashawn, R-A-S-H-U-N. The non-FBA did not know that Rashawn spelled other ways, like R-A-S-H-A-W-N or R-A-S-H-A-A-N. I've never seen it spelled with a U, but I'm sure that's somewhere. But so you end up lying about being a displaced refugee from, and I don't even know what a refugee, that's not even refugee, whatever they want to, that's some white supremacist terminology. But he claimed to be a displaced Hurricane Katrina survivor, and he wanted to, enroll in the school in Texas, Dallas, Texas. And they accepted his enrollment. He joined the basketball team and earned himself a starting position, and then started to date a 14-year-old freshman. Okay, so he got caught when he was playing at a tournament, and one of his ex-coaches recognized him. Like, yo, why is my ex, so basically his old coach from New Orleans, recognized him? So you're looking like, why the hell is Sidney Bouvier playing ball in a high school tournament? Like, what type of permission is this? What type of special? So he realized, yo, who's that? And they said, that's Rashawn, Whitaker or somebody. And they was like, no. He said, no, that's Sidney Bouvier Gilstrap Portley. So he got arrested. He served no time, but he had to register as a SEX offender. All right. So I thought that'd be something to bring forward before we get started. And you can't make this stuff up, man. Like, I would love to try to make it up, but you can't. Bernard de Yuda. I saw this one crazy work. Diamond. Ricardo Flat in the building. All right. Yeah. 420. Elian. Age. Claude. Yeah, this is crazy work right here. All right. So we always reminded about hard-working Nigerians. They come to this. Yeah, matter of fact, what? I'm gonna play something later. Some sister was going ham on a fake news story about a Nigerian woman coming over here, $50, and she was able to be a success in the United States. $50. All right. So let's get to this. Let's get to your boy. This is so funny. Now, I watched this one. I had to. I couldn't stop watching this one. This one was funny.
Chase Bank, following reports from employees of a possible fraud in progress.
The suspect is in an orange shirt, dreadlocks, and shorts. He's sitting down in the lobby there.
Okay. I'm 10-12 with the security guard. He says he's
what?
Sitting down in the lobby. You know.
Let's get to it.
Hey, sir.
How you doing, sir?
You're being detained. We're gonna
figure it out as well.
Yeah, they make it. I'm telling you, these non-FBAs, these non-FBAs, they really make it bad for us when we go to the bank to dig and want to get some legal business done. Like, they kind of view us as one of them, and I kind of understand a little bit now why I get a hard time, which is really racial discrimination. But it's like I can't really blame too much. Good job, and that's what the delineation is about. Thank you.
What's that called there? I paid the thing for.
passing a bad check.
Passing a badge.
Yes, sir. Just hold on.
I know.
You thought it was a good check?
Let's see.
We're 10-12. You can cancel the train.
When I made this title of the video, I was howling.
So, can I get who called? Please.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
So, just to make sure, it is the gentleman.
Yes.
That was, okay.
Absolutely.
So, what's going on?
So let me get you the paperwork.
Yeah,
So
like,
you
he
can
came
start.
from the window trying to do a withdrawal. I just heard today that there was a new.
I want to get to the alleged suspect. I don't care about the briefing. We all know, we can imagine what happened. We don't need that.
You are restricting fraud department stuff.
What are you trying to do?
Oh, it's
Just talk.
uncomfortable. I have stuff in my pocket. You guys are trying to put me on the ground.
So,
I have stuff in my pocket.
you're not on the ground right
I
now.
know I'm not on the ground,
Stop
but
reaching into your
I know,
pocket.
but it's just uncomfortable. Can I take it out of my pocket?
No. Keep your hands out of your
Can
pocket.
you guys take it out of my pocket?
What is in your
My
pocket?
phone and a lighter and my earbuds.
Why do you need them out of your pocket?
Because there's holes in my pocket. It's gonna fall.
If it falls, we'll pick it up. It'll be on the chair, sir.
He said if it falls, we'll just pick it up. Like, he acted like this was going to fall and just detonate. His ear pods was going to fall to the ground and detonate and become explosive. Dude, stop it. Oh, no, he's dead. In the world.
What do you need?
Let him do it.
What's that, a brother from another mother? This is a brother from another country. Or a brother from another motherland.
Pronounce your first name, right?
Nick,
Nick, follow me over here.
can I get up?
Yes.
Stand up.
Just follow me. You run that off. Are you here by yourself?
No. With my ride.
Your ride's here? Yeah. Where's your ride at?
Every time, I'm like 100% accurate when I say this. Every time a suspect say I know my rights, they never know their rights.
What? Right over there. In that parking lot over there.
What type of car is it?
What color?
Black?
A black what?
I don't know.
You gotta get this more. Describe the vehicle.
SUV sedan.
SUV.
SUV. So black Durango.
Yeah, Durango.
Okay.
That's that Dodge.
Yeah.
I'm texting.
Wait. Where's this at? Hold on. I want to see where. So this says NY detective. See, I hate when they don't give you. I don't like some of these videos. Like they don't give you like details. Like some withhold the name from the suspects, whatever. Some don't. Please tell you where this is at, what city and state. All we get is the name of the channel is NY Detective, so we can only guess that this is New York, and you can't really see the police cars.
I can see the passenger seat, but I can't really see the driver's seat. It comes back to Rockledge, which
It's empty. The driver's seat that I looked at.
he
Oh yeah, left the car.
he opened the account in Coco, so I don't know.
This guy?
Yeah, this guy in the thing.
The problem is this guy can be in any of these places right now. Just watch him.
I was surprised he was still here after all of us pulled up next door.
What's up, man? Mr. Buckmaster?
And that's weird. That's weird because it's a Coco County in California, so.
Yeah, he's calling
Nick?
Yeah.
Okay. It's Nick
Buckmaster.
Buckmaster. You from Rockledge?
Yeah.
What you doing over here, man?
Depositing a check that happened to be fake.
Okay. I'm Carlos, by the way. Oh, they got your handcuffs? Yeah. What's up, man? I work up in CID. They call my hair.
Yeah, he tried to shake his hands with. Yeah, that was hilarious. He tried to shake his hands with to do that handcuffs. Hold on, one more time. That's a first. I never seen somebody offer to shake hands and a guy that was handcuffed from behind.
Depositing a check that happened to be fake.
Okay. I'm Carlos, by the way. Oh, they got your handcuffs? Yeah. What's up, man? I work up in CID. They call me here to talk to you, trying to figure out what's going on. So what's the deal?
So
Yeah, see, why don't they give us these details? I hate certain videos like this that's not informative. Like, let us know. If you're going to tell us his name, just let us know the city and state. We'll find his name. If we care to. I don't care to.
I had a friend that knows I was struggling with getting a job.
Okay, how long you been looking for a job?
I actually just got one last week.
Yeah, where you working at?
He's definitely getting deported.
Pockets and putters?
Pockets and putters.
Pockets and putter? What is that, like a golf thing? Like a mini golf thing?
Mini golf.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you doing over there?
Bartending and serving people food.
Bartender?
Yeah.
So you're actually mixing the drinks, or?
Not yet.
A Jamaican dream. Today is call-in day. I am taking call-ins, whatever y'all want to talk about. I'll tolerate y'all little trolling today. Monday trolling.
But first I'm going to be serving people food and making the food, and then I'll be moving to bartender.
Okay, so right now you're just serving what you want to get to the bartender thing. Yeah. How many bartenders over there? 2. 2? Yeah. They got it pretty locked down, or you think you can slide in there?
I might be able to slide in there.
Oh, I just know because some places like hotels, some be like, yo, those are the 4 bartenders.
They just come bars. Don't care about that.
Boom. So this check. So what's up with the? Well, first off, they said the account was open yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the deal with that?
So basically, what I was saying, I have this friend. He knows I was just struggling, trying to find a job.
Okay.
And he was like,
So the account, I mean, these guys are so silly. The account was just open yesterday.
Make some money.
Okay.
I was like, okay, cool. He was like, yada yada yada. Is this person?
Mm-hmm.
And
yada yada yada
yada yada yada. This person.
I call him.
A Dread 407. Let us know if you are of the lineage. Can you trace your lineage back to, slavery, plantation, things like that, or are you just a supporter of the channel or a critic?
I really honestly don't even know his name.
Okay, and then who's the person you know that put you in contact with him?
His name is Jeremy. He's more like an acquaintance.
Okay, so Jeremy's like your acquaintance. He knows you're hard on time. You're hard on money right now. You need some money.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I know a dude who can help you out.
Hard on money.
Okay, it's Jeremy. You got to.
I got to pause that. He's hard on money, but what happened to all that hard work?
Phone number?
No, actually, no, I don't.
You got it
How come he's not on the forums?
on the phone?
No, I have him on Snapchat.
Okay, what's his snap? You know it?
Not. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I do know it.
What is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How you know Jeremy?
Just through work from my previous jobs.
Okay, where was that?
It was at Grills.
Grills?
Yeah.
Okay, so you met Jeremy at Grills. He knows you're hard on money right now.
And the best they could talk about is scamming. Like, how you got a coworker / friend, and all y'all could talk about, normally we talk about that young, sports, girls, clubs, you dig, we college. When do you got time to find a conversation about scamming? Like some serious shit like this. And it, like, let's say we did talk about some BS. It would be maybe, it would never be, I would never fathom bringing a fake check to a bank into my 20s.
He's like, yo, I got a boy, his name is On.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah, exactly.
Uncle was like, I know someone that could get you some money. And I was like, okay, cool, how? And he was like,
Unc, you got a phone number or anything for Unc?
nah.
How'd you talk to Unc?
Family. I mean, at some point, we got to stop being stupid. Everybody. If I'm going to get easy money, right? Somehow I'm going to get easy money, but it involves me to take 100% of the risk, I'll pass. I'll just sign up for a shelter.
Actually, no, I do got to. Can I go? I don't know his phone number.
Yeah, you can look it up.
Thank you.
Coast to coast scamming.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What are you doing out there, Ricardo?
That's Unc's number. He's like, yeah. Say,
Yeah, what is this booty scratcher doing in this bank with this fraudulent check?
put you in contact with Unc.
Yeah.
Okay, then what happens there?
And Uncle's like, I can help you get some money.
Mm-hmm.
And all you gotta do is basically just deposit this check.
Okay.
And if they ask to say it's for your tax returns.
Okay.
I was like, okay, cool. But
Okay.
yeah, and then.
Are you expecting your tax returns?
I've never done tax returns.
Okay, so you're not expecting a tax return.
I mean, I actually.
They say, okay, he just closed him out there. Claims he is expecting a tax return, but he didn't do any. He didn't file any. He didn't file any taxes. Yeah. Oh my God, I was cracking up. Listen to this. The news said he's expecting a tax return, but he didn't file any taxes. Okay.
No, I could. The money.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then what happens there?
And Uncle's like, I can help you get some money.
Mm-hmm.
And all you gotta do is basically just deposit this check.
Okay.
And if they ask to say it's for your tax returns.
Okay.
I was like, okay, cool. But
Okay.
yeah, and then.
Are you expecting your tax returns?
I've never done tax returns.
Okay, so you're not expecting a tax return.
I mean, I actually no, I could be expecting a tax return, but it's not.
Nick.
Yeah.
Nick. Chill.
Okay.
All right.
No, I'm saying the tax return is not that. It's not.
Okay, so you're not expecting a tax return.
I mean, I actually no, I could be expecting a tax return, but it's not.
Nick.
Yeah.
Nick. Chill.
Okay.
All right.
No, I'm saying the tax return is not that. It's not. That's not on that.
Don't worry, Kwame. I'm gonna have you call in. I'm allowed call in today. And I can see any idiotic thing you want to say, and you could change topics, say random stupid stuff, Greek words, whatever. Okay.
It's not the check.
Yeah, it's probably like a direct.
But I'm gonna warn you right now. You better have your Greek together. I don't know if you know about me, but unfortunately for you, I studied Greek. Okay, so I can read Greek, my boy, even ancient Greek. So you want to get your Greek, stuff together. All right, get your Greek. I'm a little rusty, but get your Greek stuff together correctly. Yeah, you guys just be messing up. You be saying stuff hoping we don't know it. I learned how to read Greek, like fluently, like probably less than a month. No, less than 2 months, maybe a month.
deposit.
Yeah, but what I
Who
was,
gets tax returns and actually gets a check anymore,
yeah,
bro?
yeah.
You know what I mean? We're in 2024, bro. Everything is direct deposit.
But what I was saying.
Right. That's a fact. Yo, we are past the stage of people sending you checks. Definitely not tax returns. Okay. Like you said, man, like that's gonna come on a card or direct deposit, something like that. But you're not getting no check because they're aware of these check scams.
Was I should be actually expecting a tax return from my previous job at Grills. That's what I was saying.
Okay, did you file
None of
taxes
them
already?
are.
No.
No
So
criminal.
now how you gonna get a tax return?
I thought they just come in the mail. They don't.
You gotta file your taxes, bro, if you want to get a return back. You got kids? That's why you ain't done your taxes yet, bro.
I watched my mom do it.
Get you some kids, and you'll make sure you file them babies every year.
Well,
Don't have kids just to have.
He trying to play.
This is let's clarify that first.
All right, so you ain't expecting a check, then you know something shady with the check. Let's be real.
Damn, the Latino cop undermined the underminer. Ain't that something for you?
All right, Nick. But you're hard on time and you're trying to make some money, right?
yeah.
This ain't the first time I come out here and talk
hard
to
on
somebody
work.
about this, okay? So I'm just gonna keep it real with you, okay? Who were you paying once you got the money out?
Who was I gonna pay?
Yeah, who was you gonna pay? Nobody gonna give you a check for $5,900 and not expect to get paid.
Oh yeah, I was gonna give most of the money was gonna go to him, but I was gonna get
To who?
Unc.
Okay, you say Unc. Where's Unc? Is Unc out here somewhere?
Well, guys said the guys ain't found him yet. He's in his car's still out there. Supposedly is what I've heard.
Ready? All right. So again, you've been on a long road trip, like at least twice now with Unc, right? Back and forth from Rockledge. You've known him for 2 weeks. You described him bald, big chain, right? Like gold chain.
And they never want to tell on the people who set them up to be the fall guy. Man, I wish somebody would have me involved in some criminal scheme, and I find out everybody is safe but me when things go left. Man, no. That's why I would never do this and would never do it with me. You are going down. You set me up like this.
All right. So the car that's out there, that's his, correct? Or at least what he came in? All right. So I run the plate, and this is what... That him? Okay.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah, so the dude leaves his car at the crime scene. That's interesting. Why did he do that? Why did he just get out and just... That was wild.
So you don't know. You say you think he may have got it from someone else. You said.
Yeah, but I'm not too sure. But I got the check from him for sure.
Okay, so he gave you the check for sure. And then at the $59.42.60, you were gonna keep
Like 2,000.
2,000. And then
1,500 maybe at the least, but 2,000.
was it? Did you guys have an agreement beforehand? Like,
Yeah, it was somewhere from around 1,000 to 2,000.
okay, but so no set amount though.
Yeah, no specific set amount.
Okay, just you want to make some money. I'll be honest with you, man. A lot of times they send people like you in here to cash a check. And you know how much money you get?
How much? Zero. Because it doesn't work.
Zero. And not only that it doesn't work, sometimes it works, but Unc takes all of it. You just a pawn, man. To be real with you, that they send in to go ahead and cash these checks. Why do you think Unc didn't do it?
And family, make no mistake, they don't always get caught. Some people do walk out with $5,000, right? Because he had a $5,000 check. Not everybody walk out in handcuffs. Okay, so the dude Unc, whatever his name is, yeah, he don't mind sending 100 folks out there, $5,000 checks. That's $500,000. Now he understands that 30, 40 folks might get locked up. But he just want half to come back with the cash.
You know what I mean? Why didn't Unc do it if it was that easy?
Because he knew. Because he knew.
He know what time it is, bro. Uncle, how old is Unc?
Unc looks like he's in his like 30s.
30s, 40s? Unc been around.
Nigerian Antonio Brown. FBA, big red dog in the building. Tammy, throw some likes up there. We have been liking correctly. Throw some likes in there.
Yeah, bro.
He essentially sets you up. If it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. What loss does he have now? You know what I mean? Like,
Nothing. You guys could literally look away for 2 seconds. He can hop in the car and slide off.
Well, there's people by the car, bro.
I know.
But he ain't just gonna walk away though. I mean, he may walk away today, right? But unfortunately, you're the one that comes in here to pass this check. You know what I mean? You got it from him, so he possessed it. Where he got it from, I don't know. That's why.
No. Correction. You got it from him allegedly, because he could have literally just asked Unc, "Hey, give me a ride to the bank. I cash this check," and Unc could be unsuspected, everything going on. And because you get caught, you can't sit there and say, "Unc, give me this check." That's not how that works. And then unlock that. No, they will go and question Unc, do an investigation. Unc will be like, "Hey, no." He just asked for a cash. You know what I mean? That's it. Yeah, so Unc is alleged. The only person not alleged is this guy. And that is the problem with going into a bank with somebody else's brand name, because you're the one that's caught. And you got to point people out. You got to give them hardcore evidence that they're connected. All right? So them guys getting involved, right, criminally, it's up to you and what you can prove, relations to the crime, the scheme. In that case, anybody just could point people out and say, "Hey, you could point out your worst enemy. Yeah, my worst enemy gave me this check." And then your worst enemy's locked up. That's not how that works. It has to be strong evidence that points at the people you name. But again, the only big fish they got is you. So Unc and everybody else is alleged.
That's why I'm asking you.
I'm being 100% honest. I don't know where you got it.
Have you ever cashed any more of these checks for him anywhere else?
Literally this is the first time.
First and the last, hopefully.
Yeah, for first and last.
And you've never been in trouble before, right?
I've never been in no type of trouble.
You got a criminal record?
Yeah, first and last, buddy. You're in Florida. ICE will be visiting to you once you get your conviction handed down to you, and see you. You're right. This is your last time, at least in America.
Big one.
Yeah.
I got in trouble one time for giving my friends free food. I was working at a store, but that was it.
Well, that's what the story is.
Yeah, that's normal.
This is.
All right. Give me a few.
Yo, how you get in trouble working at a fast food restaurant, handing out free food? Like, come on, I worked at Wendy's. I did that all the time, my friends. Nobody cared. He just horrible at just everything. Yeah, he got to go.
Let me talk to them outside real quick. Unfortunately, man, you're going to go to jail today, bro.
Figured.
You know what I mean? I'm just being real with you. We can't overlook this, right? This is almost $6,000.
Stupid bone nose. I think he says he knew that it was a bad check. He's caught in a horrible lie. Yep, horrible liar, horrible scammer, horrible cosplayer. He got to go back.
I was not even supposed to know, though.
How are you supposed to know? Let's be real. Let's use our brain here, right? We just spoke about it.
No, you're right.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
You knew, right? You knew. You just didn't know this was gonna happen, right? Because if this wouldn't have happened, it'd been straight, right? You knew what you were walking into, bro.
I kind of did, but I didn't. Cause like it was like I really didn't think it was a fake check. I just wasn't.
But you know, because you've never done your taxes.
You've never done your taxes, bro. Why would you be getting a tax check?
The IRS has all that.
And let me tell you this, bro. Let's be real. If I got a tax return for $6,000. Why the
Right.
hell would I give Unc half of it?
Right. Come on, dude. That was like what? Why does he? So the ride to the bank was worth $2,500. He got a $5,000 check, or let's say $6,000 check. The ride to the bank was $3,000. So Pinky said, "Not even sending him to jail, right? Wait, I got something worse." Yeah, on my news and updates after this, I got a DUI driver who unalived, like a head-on collision. He's riding down the wrong way, or in the wrong lane, obviously. Head-on collision, unalived, 2 people, mother and daughter. I think it was his 3rd DUI offense. They kept letting him go. 3rd time. But he obviously was driving under influence many times. But his 3rd DUI offense, he unalived 2 American citizens, mother and daughter. And the dude was never supposed to be here from his first DUI.
Do you have a bank account elsewhere?
Yeah,
You got that space code.
because I'm like a little bit indebted at bank.
Yeah, he told me.
Wait, Mike said he is Unc. What would Unc do if Unc got caught? Blame Unc. The Unc victimized, and the victimizer who got the keys now. Yeah, because like, who leaves a car in a parking lot? Like, stop.
He's indebted.
He is Unc.
And that's fine, bro. Hey, right now, everything's expensive. I get it. Times are hard. People are trying to do anything they can do. But you can't sit here and say you didn't know the check was fake. How are you supposed to know, bro? You knew it was fake. But you're not a bad guy. You're in a hard spot right now, and you're just trying to make a living. I get it, right? I get it. If I was in your position, why not think about it, right? But there's a reason why Unc sent you in and Unc didn't come in.
Because he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
He knew that he wasn't gonna.
Well, I'm not gonna say he knew what he was doing because you knew what you was doing too. You just didn't know we was gonna be on it like this.
He trying to act like
this ain't Brevard County, bro. This is the city of Orlando. Can we agree there?
Yeah.
Come on, let's be real, right?
You're right. But at the same time, I didn't know it was a fake check, but I kind of was like suspicious about it because it was like.
Even if it was real, it's not your.
Almost got him to be.
I mean, it would never be real because you never did your taxes.
Let's be real. You never did your taxes.
$6,000, and I've been doing my taxes for.
And you ain't got no kids, bro.
20-something years.
That's why I didn't know. Like.
Well, in the future, your tax.
Okay, so if they tripping off, this is like, the dude is probably like under 25 and under. He claims to be casting a income tax check, right, for $5,000. Now, what the police officer keeps saying, like, dude, he's saying you don't have any kids because he knows that it's the hardest when you're single with no kids, no dependents. Okay, so you're not going to have $5,000. Okay, not as a personal, maybe a business, something like that, but not your personal. Not you file taxes just for yourself? No. You're not getting, and no kids, you're not getting $5,000. Right. And then, so that's already done, but he admitted that he never filed his taxes to begin with. So he's like, well, how are you coming to cash a tax return check when you never filed your taxes? Oh boy. Oh, these guys don't think I have to lie.
Taxes will only arrive to you magically if you go and sit at a tax office or you do it on like an app, and the federal government will say you're getting this refund.
And Unc isn't gonna be the one to give you your tax return check. All right, you get it in the mail or direct deposit like we spoke.
He said, if you did. He said, if you didn't file taxes, Unc ain't gonna be the one to give you your check. So that's the third one. That's the third one. Like, dude, you got 3 flags. For one, it wouldn't be $5,000 for that. Depends on some type of business you own. 2, you don't get a check if you didn't file taxes at all, right? And 3, if all that, you're deserving of it. I wouldn't be handing you your check.
And Unc isn't gonna be the one to give you your tax return check. All right, you get it in the mail or direct deposit, like we spoke about. Nobody uses checks anymore.
Did you happen to see? Did he have any other checks like made out to other people? You know what I mean? Like if he's doing this to others, is he gonna scam additional? Is he gonna screw with other people like you? You know what I'm saying? Like.
Did you see any other checks in it?
Oh no, I didn't see any checks.
Did you see a printer, anything like that in the car?
They said the card. They said that they can see into the card.
They trying to get me.
All right, Nick, right? It was a pleasure speaking with you, man. My name is Carlos. All right, I just came here to talk to you. Pretty much, that's what my job is. Let me go out there. Let me talk to them and let them know what we got going on. Like I said, today you're gonna go to jail, bro. Okay.
Yeah, you're out there, bro.
And then once we figure everything out, if you got any questions or anything, I'll be more than happy to answer them for you.
Am I going to the jail in Orlando?
Yeah.
So,
it's Florida.
Bond amount, things like that. I'll be honest with you, bro, I don't know.
Definitely not as
When they get over there, they'll look up the bond amounts and they'll be able to tell you. And then 10% of that.
How long am I usually, like, how long am I going to be in there for, like, a day, 2 days, 3 days?
If you bond out, you'll have a bond. However long it takes you to get in and bond out. If you don't have money for the bond,
at least 8 to 9 hours before they'll process you to bond out if you bond out. If you cannot afford the bond, then you wait until you go to a first appearance with the judge.
and then you got to talk. That's between you and the judge at that point. Or if you know somebody, you can reach out to them. But
they'll let you make calls.
You can call.
Oh, they'll let me make calls up there?
Yeah.
What if I don't know their phone number by heart?
They'll let you go on your phone and get the phone number.
Do they have charges up there?
Man, bro, you asking for too much now. This is the jail, bro.
Dude, you're going to jail. You're not going to a teen center.
I don't know. If my honest answer to you is they probably have like one charger that, like, if you need to charge your phone to get a number out, yes. Now, if you ain't gonna have your phone, they take your phone away from you, but they'll let you access your phone. They might have a charger for you to get the numbers out, and then they probably take that charger away. Once we get there, I don't know what happens after that. I just show up, drop off, and leave.
Are you going to be able to drop me off?
No, not me. I drive a car that looks like that. Toyota RAV4 right there.
Gentleman that was asking questions. He's trying to type now so we can get you in and out. I just want to be able to get you there.
No kids. It'll just be like.
All right.
The process starts. Okay.
Another
officer's gonna come out. We're literally just hanging out until we get the official go ahead with everything, and then we're just gonna take you over there, okay? And then you can make a call. You can call any of your family members, let them know. You can call whoever you need to, and whoever, if you do are gonna bond out, they only accept money order.
So this was actually done almost a whole year ago, like literally almost a whole year ago. This arrest. So he's probably out of the country by now.
No cash.
I'll let y'all figure that out. Let me get all this stuff sorted out so we can get you going.
Can I stand up right quick, like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be mad as hell if I needed to cash a check or make a withdrawal or whatever I had to do with the bank, and I couldn't because of this heathen.
You see that police car right over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going over there. I'm in, sir. You are under arrest, okay?
Yeah.
Kind of figured. I got you. I mean, just because you're in handcuffs doesn't always mean you're under arrest, but...
I know, but after what they told me.
Huh?
After what they told me.
Yeah. Come on the other side. Sit here.
Oh.
Take a seat.
Shit.
Okay, when?
You good? Good?
Yes, man.
They told me.
You want to sit sideways?
Nah, it's probably the comfortablest for me.
You want to sit like that?
I really can't even move, so yeah, like this.
All right, what you can do is you can have your legs sit up on the seat and you slide back
Looking like a
do
deer.
that.
Like this?
Yeah, then slide back. Huh?
Hey, Nick, make the right call, okay?
Good luck. Thank you.
What?
And thank you for the talk.
You got this.
Dude saying thank you for locking me up. Dude, get up out of there. All right, let me throw this. Let me sneak this on there real fast. Let me sneak her in real fast. Yeah, she's gonna expose some tethers. Hold on. Throw this in there real fast. Get an expose. Sounds Bantu. All right, hold on. All right, let's get it.
$1986 currency. So $50 in 1986 was equivalent to $146.65. Okay, so we're just going to round that up to $147. All right. So you're telling me that this woman came to the United States with $147 and that's it? That's all? And she was successful with that? Like, can we be for real? Like, and this is not no hateration or holleration or nothing like that. I don't know who this woman is. She might be very smart, very hardworking, very whatever. But we do have to stand in reality, okay? Realistically, unless you have like a job lined up already, right? Like you already got hired and you're just moving to a new location, or you have family or friends to live with or something, what are you gonna do with $147? That's not even enough money for a week in a hotel. Like, what are we saying here? Y'all are not.
So to catch you up, she's calling out the lie that so many tethers say when they get over here that they had $50 to their name, $25, $100, and somehow they survived and became extremely successful just with that amount of money, that low amount of money.
Telling the truth about a lot of these American dream stories, right? You telling me you came to a new country with no connections and only $50 and that was enough? That's what you're telling me? Now, unless the suitcase that you had was full of cocaine and you was moving snowflakes by the LZ, then this story is not believable. Because again, $147 in today's time, that's not even enough to house and feed yourself for a week. Like, you couldn't even buy food and get a hotel or motel for a week with that much money. And you telling me somehow that you got here and was just like, ooh, my strong immigrant values, I shall pull myself up by my bootstraps and work hard. Girl, no, I'm sorry, it's just not believable. It's not believable. Now, maybe you was selling that creme de la meow meow out the motel or something, you know, and then, okay, this story becomes a bit more believable, but just
out the motel.
just the way it's presented is giving propaganda. It really is. And I keep seeing stuff like this. I see it from all immigrants, not just black immigrants, right? Even though they do it too. I see it from Asians and Hispanics and everybody. And it's like, again, it's giving propaganda. No, your grandparents did not come here with $12 in a dream. Something else had to be in the works there. Maybe they was selling that dangling dong and cootie cat. Maybe they was moving bricks. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they got government handouts or something. But yeah, just the way that you're telling this story, that's definitely not what happened. Them folks must have been in the mafia or something, because that's clearly not the full story. Whenever I see a post like this of somebody straight capping, because that's big cap, baby, put your cap on backwards, okay? I have to question it, like, why? Why are we lying about this, right? But I swear, and maybe I'm crazy, I could just be a conspiracy theorist, there's like propaganda being pushed against black Americans. It's like everybody is coming together to paint this picture of black Americans are just lazy. Look, I was able to come here with $50 in a dream. So why haven't Black Americans pulled themselves up by their bootstraps? Why are they talking about reparations and so and so and so and yada yada yada? It's very propaganda-ish. And
yeah, and who's ahead of that propaganda? White supremacists, right? Okay, and now they're getting Black immigrants on board of white supremacy. So that would make them team white supremacy, or at least a contractor of white supremacy. We don't see the difference. A mercenary of, or missionary of team white supremacy, but you're still on code with them. Okay, you're helping to push this propaganda that foundational Black Americans are somehow lazy. Okay, and they repeat the same things, the same lies. Okay, and those lies justify harming us, depriving us, sabotaging us, undermining us. Okay, that's what it does. Look, a Black person said it. You see?
I feel like Black immigrants are used uniquely because they're also racially Black, right? Like, it don't hit the same coming from Asians and Hispanics and stuff, right? But these Black immigrants are racially Black, so they can sit here and say, well, I'm Black too, and I came here with $50 and a suitcase, and I pulled myself up by my bootstraps, so why haven't you, right? And again, it might seem like a conspiracy theory, but I swear that this is being done to discredit Black Americans. Like, y'all, and you know what? No, this doesn't sound that crazy because the government has been exposed a number of times for destabilizing the Black American community. Like the war on drugs, the school to prison pipeline, none of that is a conspiracy. That is just straight up facts, right? It's like the government is trying to push this narrative that Black Americans are not owed what we are owed, because if we weren't lazy, we wouldn't be in the position that we're in, right? And
and they're using Black immigrants as the best base to go against what's owed to us, to undermine, sabotage. But they'll say it's a diaspora war. Okay, we're going back and forth. They'll say, you know, y'all need to stop, because it's a two-way thing.
And that we're in the position we're in, not because the American government is constantly attacking our communities, but because of our own shortcomings. Because if this woman could come with $50 in a dream, then what's your problem, right? I would not be shocked if it came out that Black immigrants were given a bunch of handouts when they got here that Black Americans are not, right? And it's kind of being exposed in today's time, right? All of this.
Oh yeah, and I got you on that. You know, I'm the stat and fact guy, so I can back you up on that. They definitely on welfare, and if they're not on welfare, it's supposed to be illegal for the illegal to get on welfare. The welfare is federal, so if they're not on federal welfare, then they're on state assistance, for sure.
This money is going to immigrant communities, but somehow we still don't have money for reparations for Black Americans. Like, the math not quite mathing, right? I would not be surprised if this woman came here with $50 in a suitcase, and guess what? She got food and housing vouchers so she could have a place to sleep and food to eat, and she got small business grants and this, that, and so and so and so, a bunch of stuff that Black Americans do not get, right? And that's the reason.
Job training, free daycare. Oh yeah.
And that she managed to be successful, not because of her hard work and so and so and so. And again, it's like, it's giving propaganda, because like they talking about, yeah, the strong values instilled in her by her family. So you telling me that Black Americans don't have strong values, and that's why, you know, we're in the situation that we're in? Like, no, this junk, no. And I have to call Black immigrants out, because you are willing participants in this, right? And I'm not calling out the non-Black immigrants because they ain't Black. We all know that they ops, okay, oppity-doppity, right? But as a Black immigrant, you are a willing participant in this propaganda. You let these people use your racial Blackness against Black Americans. So you have to take a look in the mirror and ask yourself why you shut.
So she's spitting facts, but she doesn't understand that they are here to replace. Okay, they're not here to trace lineage. They're here to replace lineage. All right. So let me write her, let her know.
and jiving, right? And it's crazy because y'all do all this and talk all this crap about how America is destabilizing your country and so and so and so, right? But the first thing you do when you get to America is figure out how you can align with that oppressive system, right? How you can align with that against Black Americans and against your goddamn self, dumb doodle head.
Okay, so Pinky says it's the immigrants in our government that look like us. Yep. Ricardo said that we weren't cheated, we wouldn't be in this position. Hell yeah. Hey, listen, I got some stuff for y'all. Look, I can make an argument that we did things, I think, in 1917. So when the Jamaican Dream and the Kwame and his polka dots call in, we did things in the 1917 that Ibram Traore is just now doing right now. Okay, and he still ain't do what we did because he has help with French. He has help now with Russia. What we did, it was all FBA hands and intellectual properties. And it was trademarked. All right, I know y'all hate that word.
Last week, another preventable tragedy occurred in New Jersey. A mother and her 11-year-old daughter were killed in a wrong-way DUI crash. The other driver was Raul Luna Perez, an illegal alien with a lengthy criminal record. But DHS says he was never deported for these previous crimes due to New Jersey's sanctuary policies. Joining us with the latest is Fox News correspondent CB Cotton. CB, what you got?
Hey, Joey, yeah, the head-on collision instantly killed the New Jersey mom, according to investigators. The woman's 11-year-old daughter later died at the hospital. And yes, ICE agents from taking the suspect off the street. Sanctuary at the hospital. And yes, the Trump administration is sounding the alarm, saying sanctuary policies kept ICE agents from taking the suspect off the street. This weekend, loved ones gathered to remember the lives of Maria Pleitez and her daughter, Dayanara Cortez. Pleitez reportedly immigrated from El Salvador more than 2 decades ago, and her children, born in the U.S. Outlet, The Lakewood Scoop, was the first to report on last weekend's crash, gathering this disturbing video from the scene. DHS says an illegal migrant from Mexico, Raul Luna Perez, is responsible for crashing his Dodge Durango head-on into the mother's Nissan Sentra. First responders noticed on scene that Luna Perez seemed intoxicated, according to prosecutors who say he was then taken to an area hospital where his blood was drawn with a court-authorized warrant. Luna Perez now faces 2 counts of vehicular homicide and assault by auto. But investigators say the crash was not his first run-in with the law. Get this, he was arrested twice for a DUI charge in March and April of this year and in June 2020.
March, April, like goddamn almost every month.
He was arrested for simple domestic violence.
When that domestic violence charge came, when those 2 separate DUI charges came, what those sanctuary city policies did was not allow ICE into those prisons to remove this illegal alien. Secretary Noem has said we've got to flood the zone. We have to then have all of our...
Now, your family, they got to make sense of that. So, no, y'all can't come get this guy. Domestic violence, 2 DUIs, back-to-back months. Reckless as hell. The worst of the worst. Nah, let him be. Now, look what he did. In alive, too. Head-on-head collision. And you know he's going probably 60, 80 miles per hour. Dang, man. Now, look at this right here. This is your typical Heather SHIT right here. Listen to this.
But first, our I-Team has an update on a story we broke earlier this year. Good evening and welcome to ABC Action News at 6. I'm Wendy Ryan.
I'm Paula Grown. A Florida man was thrown in jail after his wife discovered that he was married to 2 other women at the same time. He was back in court.
So this Florida Southern had 3 wives at the same time.
yesterday for his sentencing hearing after pleading guilty to bigamy, which is a felony.
And new tonight, I-Team investigator Adam Walser is following through with the latest developments in this strange case, and it was shared all across social media.
Henry Betsy Jr. pleaded guilty to a single felony count of bigamy back in May. But after he entered that plea deal, he was arrested in another state, leading the judge to revoke his bond. When we last saw Henry Betsy Jr. in court, he was dressed in a sports shirt and blazer with his new girlfriend beside him.
Yeah, Henry, we want to get your side of all this. What?
And if y'all don't think I'm correct about being non-FBA, you'll hear his accent. All of his wives were white, that's his choice. But illegal. Okay? Listen to his accent.
What can you tell us?
Well, unfortunately, I'm unable to talk at this moment.
But when
one more time in case you thought I was capping.
With his new girlfriend beside him.
Yeah, Henry, we want to get your side of all this. What can you tell us?
Well, unfortunately, I'm unable to talk at this moment.
But when he arrived for his sentencing hearing Thursday, he was wearing handcuffs and an orange Hernando County jail uniform. His bond revoked by the judge because he was arrested for assault and battery of a family or household member. The alleged assault took place in Virginia, where he and his girlfriend had traveled to attend a wedding.
Inappropriate.
Thursday's hearing was all about the felony.
So he got 3 wives and a girlfriend.
The bigamy charge we first told you about in May. 3 Florida women from 3 different Florida counties all met Henry Betsy Jr. on dating websites and married him at county courthouses during a 2-year period. Only one of his wives was willing to appear on camera.
I met him on Match.com. He said all the right things. He sold the perfect person when in reality
he said all the right things, like as in, hey, I'm Nigerian. I'm trying to get some citizenship through marriage. How can you help me? And then I got 10, 15K for you. Like, what you want to do? And I will be your husband for 2 years intimately, so you ain't got to worry about that. And they was like, cool. Where do I sign up at?
it was none of those things.
Betsy didn't get divorces or annulments before marrying again. Last year, Tanya Betsy learned Henry was married to Michelle and Brandy Betsy.
I just started county by county putting his name in, and that's when I came up with the marriage to Michelle and the marriage to Brandy.
Hey, once I peace J.J. Morris, Reverend Green, and Chad Smith, Captain Cold-Blooded. Once I seen the title, Florida man who has married to 3 women at the same time, and I seen what color he was, I knew 100% he was non-FBA. We would never do something as foolish as that. Like, we know that's against the law. Like, that's just common sense over here.
She found me and she messaged me, and I had no idea that she was actually still married to him.
The wives all blame the state of Florida for not cross-referencing marriage licenses between counties.
Because if there were safeguards in place and there was cross-referencing on different counties here in the state of Florida, none of this would have ever happened.
If the counties did talk, that would have saved me a lot of heartache, a lot of money, a lot of stress.
At Thursday's sentencing, Michelle Betsy addressed the judge.
And I am unfortunately still the wife of the defendant. I am not here today just as a woman who was betrayed by someone I once trusted, but also speaking on behalf of the other women involved. What he did was not a mistake, it was a deliberate choice, and choices have consequences.
Henry also spoke.
First and foremost, I want to apologize to the ladies for it, and I want to apologize to the court administration and also to my family and friends that have to be involved in this, because ultimately this is something that, I did not wish on anyone.
Because Henry had no prior criminal convictions and his case in Virginia has not been resolved, the judge said he was limited under the law in what sentence he could impose.
Adjudicated guilty of the bigamy offense, which is going to make him a convicted felon. I'm going to sentence him to 2 years of probation with 8 days credit for time served. He'll undergo a mental health evaluation. He'll complete a certified batterers intervention program.
Deputies collected Henry's fingerprints and a DNA sample as part of the protocol following his felony conviction. Betsy's former wives and their family and friends said they had hoped he would see jail time but were glad to put a difficult chapter behind them.
And while it was not jail sentence, the fact that he is now a convicted felon, that speaks mountains. And I feel like that is vindication on our part.
Was that the first time you've heard him say, "I'm sorry"?
Absolutely. And I'm sure that it was only said because it was recommended by his attorney to say. Do I think that he has any remorse? Absolutely not.
Michelle says she's now talking to state legislators, hoping they'll introduce a law calling for some type of statewide marriage license database.
We can take this to the next level, that we all here in the state.
Now all of a sudden you want to take it to the next level because you got caught up in some Nigerian scam. Stop it. All right, here we are. She's going to be spitting too, though. So the sister's really coming out.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl,
My fault.
Sandiva, and here is my afternoon rant of the day. Now, I've been seeing this FBA, which is Foundational Black Americans versus African debacle debate. It's a lot going on right now.
Send them all back.
A lot of Africans feel like Black Americans or foundational Black Americans are mistreating them or being mean to them by boycotting them. If you didn't know, there is a blackout on all African businesses on Black people's part. Foundational Black Americans part. I know, just stick with me. White people, if you confused, keep it moving. For the rest of you ninjas, y'all listen, okay? The Africans is mad because we chose to boycott them because of how they treat us with the lack of respect that they do. They don't respect us. They always say that when they come over here, they already think we're lazy, poor, and broke, and we don't have no work ethic and no culture and all of this, that, and the third. So when they come over here, they already got a chip on their shoulder. They already got an attitude problem, okay? So we Black Americans, the foundational Black Americans, know that shit's not nowhere near the truth. We work hard every day. That's nowhere near the truth. So not only are the Arabs eating off of us, the Chinese eating off of us, the white folk been eating off of us. The Africans come over here with an attitude and eat off of us. When you get over here and say, oh, my brother, my brother, my brother, my brother, we stick together, but you don't stick together. You open up a business because the government allows it, because of your immigrant status, and they don't give us the same luxury that they give y'all. It's so much to unpack here. But what I got to say about the foundational Black Americans versus the Africans, y'all brought it on y'allself. And this is just the beginning. Arabs, get ready. Chinese, get ready. Mexicans, get ready. White folk, get ready. See, we gonna start where we know the problem is with the Africans. We know they mistreating us like a mug with these raggedy braids, talking about us, and then want to act like us. It's crazy work. So this is a wake-up call, and I'm so glad the Black people is waking up. We are waking up slowly but surely, but what we got to do next, y'all, is start shopping with each other by any means necessary. I'm talking about toilet paper, diapers, lotion, soap, everything. Purposely go out and seek that person who is selling that stuff and get it from a Black person, because our dollars make this MF go around. And I'm just so passionate right now, because I can't believe the Africans got nerve and audacity. It's crazy work. They've been over disrespecting us since they got here. Anyway, y'all, it's me. That's my
So the phone number is there, Kwame, with those polka dots. The phone number is there for you to call in and ask those crazy, goofy questions. All right? Those bad faith questions. Keith Lamont, and get cooked. Actually, I'm going to be nice to you as much as I can. All right? So go ahead and call that phone number in and ask the same questions you put in the chat, which is proof you're just trolling. Yeah, we all black. I'm just going to worry about me and mine because most of them are starting to say, yeah, look, we can be all black all they want. We could be all black all they want. But we ain't all lineage. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to argue that we all black. Okay, fine. Yeah, we're black. But we ain't all lineage. That's for show. All right, so let's get to the updates. Who is this, Kwame?
Hey, what's up, Ron?
I say, all right, let me just change this right here. I'll quit. Are you done trolling in the chat?
You said I'm trolling? I'm just asking valid questions.
Valid? Okay, what's the valid question?
The first question I asked you, when is FBA boycotting the Jews? Because I know they control hip hop. That's Black American culture, and Black Americans don't really benefit off hip hop as much as the Jews do, and they kind of undermine Black people, Black Americans as a whole.
You're saying a lot. Okay, so let's.
No, you asked me, so I'm just trying to
right, but okay, but that's a lot of questions though. Let's do one at a time. Now, I'm gonna remember all of that. Okay, so let's start with the first thing. How do Jewish people control hip hop?
They mainly hold the higher offices in Sony, Warner Brothers, and all of the major labels.
Cool. Okay, right. You said labels. So you can say, hey, like they got the biggest record labels out there, but that don't mean you control hip hop. Because if I'm a hip hop artist, I don't have to sign with Sony. I ain't got to sign with none of them. Do I have to sign with Sony?
No, but you'll need the advertisements.
No, but what if I want that?
As far as touring.
Well, no. What if I don't want that? I got a YouTube channel. I got let's say 300,000 subscribers.
Well, they control YouTube too.
Okay, no. Okay, you said control hip hop.
Yeah.
Okay, so slow down. Hip hop. I know about lyrical. Stop, dude. You're talking to the wrong one. Okay, hip hop. How so now? Right. YouTube is just a vessel for me to upload my music, which I can do freely, as long as I don't violate the terms and conditions of YouTube. So many independent artists, no matter what you do, basketball, whatever, tennis, you are on YouTube. So therefore, I don't need to sign with Sony, and I could directly service them from YouTube. And I know for a fact, DJ Focus is an artist, by the way, a hip hop artist. He has music, and he has his music on Apple and other streaming devices. So I don't need to sign with Sony. So if I don't, so that means you don't control hip hop. What you do is you offer services, just like nobody controls the internet, nobody controls cable. You offer a service, and you're saying, hey, this is going to be better off than that. We'll have less hiccups, less that, because we're experienced. We've been around a long time. We have so much invested. So you offer a service. So Sony offer a service, bro. Like, you know what you're talking about. All these major companies offer a service. And they're saying, we can get your name out there nationally, globally, faster than you could. But I don't care. It's like, I want to take it back to the early days. I don't care about being an international star. I got to lose a lot of myself to be that. I don't want to do that. I want to I like my fan base. They supporting me, and I'm right here. So you don't control hip hop. You don't control hip hop.
That's your opinion. When
No,
you
that's a fact.
When you speak about the genre of hip hop, they control the masters. They control the touring.
What masses? No. You're talking about an artist.
The label.
Wait, no. Oh yeah, okay. All right. Now watch this, family. This is his topic. I guarantee he'll know more about masters than me. And brother, explain that. Explain that they control the masters.
Well, when you sign a major label, you more than likely have to give up your masters and your publishing.
No, that's not how that works. But no. Do you know it's 50-50? You negotiate that. It's 50-50. Okay, so you don't know that, man. And matter of fact, that's you talking about a rapper, that most likely they write their own stuff. So a lot of that, bro, is negotiable. That ain't a guarantee nothing.
So what artists you know negotiated? What artists you know?
A lot of them.
Hip-hop artists you know?
Oh wait, no, stop. See, what you should do is go look at Unbiased Ron early videos. When I was doing the masters and all that type of stuff, the royalties, way back with Diddy and the Locks and Lear Cohen and Dame Dash, you didn't know I was doing this before. About a year ago, exactly. Okay, so you know what you're talking about. Wait, wait. Now I'm not done. I'm not done. You negotiated. So a record label will a lot of them have a role that if you record in their studio from the back, they own this much of your masters, but it's never 100%. So you have a lot of entertainment lawyers out here, bro, that I'm subscribed to. So you're a fool that I'm subscribed to, and they break all this stuff down. All this stuff is negotiated. Nothing is guaranteed this or that or this. And that's what Diddy was telling the Locks, because the Locks are confused on their contract. When they called it Hot 97, but Angie Martinez, Hot 97, and Diddy called in and corrected them, embarrassed them on the live. And then they later in their life admitted that Diddy was right and they were wrong, that they didn't know about music. They just knew how to rap. Just like you don't know. Stop.
So what can you give us a percentage of artists that own their own
what do you mean? Okay, listen, guy. A lot of them sell it. I just said it's negotiable. A lot of rappers just want money. They don't see the value in the masters. So, wait. Let me ask you this: what money does a master bring, an artist? How do you get paid from the masters?
You generate income off your masters and your publishing and those aspects.
But you said publishing. I said masters. You know, publishing and master are different, right?
I know that.
Okay, why are you saying publishing? We're talking about masters.
Yeah, but I'm just including as far as the revenue share.
You don't know, so I'm gonna help you out. A masters is valuable as long as the song is still hot. So that means that as it's playing, I'm getting revenue. The publishing is on the back end. That means they use any piece of that song, any tune, like wow thing. If you say smile thing, that's publishing. No, you didn't say. You sound like a fool. You didn't say nothing. So a master's, you make money as long as that record is being played currently. Once that song start getting played in rotation, that thing ain't collecting no money like that. If nobody buying that album or that song, that thing ain't getting money. But publishing, a lot of people focus more on publishing. You'll see more artists fight for publishing because anything close to the song is part of your publishing. You get paid for that. Like I said, the song Wild Thing, I could say Smile Thing, publishing. You got to pay me. Any likeness of the song, any chant, any remake. Don't you wish your girl was hot like me? That song, they had to pay my man. Was that Tone Loc? No. Was it? No, it wasn't Tone Loc. Sir, the Baby Got Back, him. They had to pay that dude. Now, family, don't you wish your girl was hot? That was a global, international hit. But where they got it from, with Sir Mix-a-Lot, that song was trash on his album. He said he never thought that song would make 1 cent. He just did it for fun. But the beat was so catchy down the line is that those girls, when they did that copy, he that's all his money basically. but he said he ain't do them dirty. He just worked out a percentage thing with them. That's publishing. That ain't masters. Okay, so some people will sell their masters, okay, to the record label. Sell it. They will sell the rest of their portions to the record label. Okay, some artists that's not really game, that's kind of game goofy like you, some of them would just be happy to be signed by anybody, and they'll just sign it over. But it's signed
that's
over.
majority at FBA that just happy to be signed. So they all goofy.
Okay, you mute this guy. Now you see, he got corrected. He got corrected, and he's upset. Okay, because he thought he's gonna talk about music, and I ain't gonna know about it. So stop. Stop. Yeah, so he thought he was gonna sneak attack me with music, and it ain't work. So remember, this started from how the Jews own control hip hop. He failed. They don't control hip hop. They control what they influence and what services they offer. I don't got to sign with no Jewish record label, no white record label, no black record label. I can just be independent. So nobody owns hip hop. That's the bottom line. Nobody controls. Nobody owns it. You're going to get your music out there. There's many platforms, but with the Jewish conspiracy, he just, he one of them. He's really a black conservative, hiding, masquerading. How do you cosplay as a Pan-Africanist? All right, so that didn't work. He failed and flopped there. Go ahead. Gonna meet yourself. The most FBA, just disgusting. Tether got the nerve, and I was gonna be nice. You dig? But he's trying to be disrespectful, so I gotta match his energy. But he just took an L on the music industry and masters and publishing.
So essentially, FBA have no the Jews is not gonna be boycotted. They just gonna let them keep benefiting off them and undermining them.
Hey, what deal did Damon Dash do with a Jewish person?
I don't know. I'm not specifically talking about Damon Dash.
No, but you said FBA. No.
Julie Green. No.
You wait. Okay, do it. Slow down. You said FBA's. Damon Dash, FBA. Yeah. Okay. So you was talking about him. So explain his deal with Rockefeller.
Well, I don't know if he identifies as FBA.
Okay, I'm just well, you don't gotta identify. Okay, real simple. What does FBA stand for?
Some say Foundational Black Americans.
Is Dame Dash a Black American?
Yeah.
Okay. He identifies as Black American. And he's not going to deny that.
Superimposing your ideology on 42 million people.
It's not well, I didn't superimpose anything. I'm talking about his record label. I asked you, what deal did he do to get in the game? Do you know?
Well, he broke a deal with Def Jam.
I want to know. No. Tell me the deal. What was it called?
A distribution deal with Def Jam.
No, you fool. No. Steve Stout does. Steve Stout does distribution deals. That's what Master P did. You a fool. He did a joint venture.
So what was the deal he did?
A joint venture.
Small guy.
I just said it 10 times. A joint venture. You're a fool. Steve Stout does distribution deals, and that's what Master P did. Dame Dash did a joint venture. That means he's a split business owner with Def Jam. Okay? It's 50-50. That's not distribution. Like I said, you're a fool when it comes to this, but you keep trying to figure out what you know more than me, and it's like so far been nothing. Okay, yeah, so you try to talk about music, can't do that with me. All right. Anything last before you could mention something else? Because this one right here, this is not you, this topic. But go ahead.
I mean, you're trying to justify the Jews controlling hip hop, what's the word? Okay.
Yeah. That's conspiracy talk. All right, whatever.
So I'm just asking, are the Jews getting boycotted too, like the Africans?
Why would we boycott them?
I'm saying they represented in the black culture, and they seem to benefit more of black culture than black people themselves.
How?
They benefit of the housing, the music, and
Housing?
overall
You just making shit
culture.
up. Yeah, sure. You just making shit up. Yeah, no. Yeah. If that's what you believe, nah, we're not boycotting them because that's just your belief. Yeah. So no. Okay. To answer your question, no.
So why are Africans being boycotted?
Well, for one, bro, I always boycotted them. I never bought one thing from them. Okay, I said I got my hair braided once or twice in Irvington, and that was out of pure convenience. My normal hair braiders were non-African. Yeah, I didn't even know that was a big thing, where Africans need to braid your hair. My thing was I had Jamaicans and Foundation Black American. I didn't even know Africans were supposed to be the best at that. Never knew. But I had mine done my African. I wasn't impressed. So now, you're asking a rhetorical question, but I will entertain it. First of all, for me, I always boycott them. They never offered me something I felt like I needed. Okay, that's one. Now, the boycott is apparently clients, well, customers. Customers feel like they're not being respected. Okay, and I guess enough of them agreed. No. You asked the question. Ain't no so. You asked the question. Boycotts is a real thing.
I was just asking, can we use the same metrics with music, with like the Michael Jackson, the Princes, the Kanye Wests that have complained about
do with,
the Jews?
No. Okay. Let's start with Michael Jackson. Now I'm gonna cook him again. Let's go with Michael Jackson. Go ahead. You said Michael Jackson. So explain Michael Jackson, because I know 100% you don't know more about his thing with Sony and everything over me. So go ahead, start with Michael Jackson.
Yeah, did he not complain about the Jews and his music situation with them?
No.
Okay.
So
what about Prince?
No. Stop. You said Michael Jackson, and that's a good one because I got videos on Michael Jackson. You're just bad. You got bad luck. Okay. Just say you don't know, and I'll leave you alone about Michael Jackson.
I'm saying if you know more about the topic, then elaborate on it.
Yeah, but if you don't know anything, you should not mention it. You don't think that's wise to not say something you don't know?
Well, I'm just seeing what you know. So I'm just saying. Are you saying that he had no problem with the Jews regarding music?
Wait. So now I'm going back. So you just see when I know, you realize I know something. And I'm going back to you. I'm saying, what do you know about Michael Jackson and his situation with Sony and the catalog thing?
I know a little bit about it.
But you always say that. See, look, I already exposed you in other lives before. I said you would never say you don't know something. Even I caught that with Tariq Nasheed, asked you questions. You always try to say you know a little bit, but you'll never say, nah, that's not my thing. I don't know. Okay, so what little do you know? Give me the little.
I'm not if I'm not well versed on something, then I'm gonna say I'm not well versed. I'm not well versed.
Okay. Okay.
Like,
So give me the little bit you know.
On the topic. What you want me to lie and say I'm well versed on the topic?
I want you to be honest and say you don't know the topic at all. But since you know a little bit, I want you to explain a little bit, and I could pile on to it like I did with hip hop.
Yeah, he was disgruntled with Sony regarding his music situation. That's the best that I know. And
okay, but what was he? Stop. What was he disgruntled about?
I guess his masters, if I'm not mistaken. And
no, that got nothing to do with that. No, that's separate, dude. That got his. He signed to Sony. Okay, he signed to Sony. He was mad that they would not give him $1 million budget after his successful first album. Okay, he was mad that the budget was smaller. See, you don't know what you're talking about. You're just talking.
Oh, so he was just mad about a $1 million budget.
Yeah, that was one of the first upsets that he had with Sony, the record label. Yeah, yes, he was mad that the budget was as big as what he thought it should be. He felt like, hey, I'm Michael Jackson. You know, I just did all this right here. I need this, and Sony can do it again. He repeated so, but so again. But to answer your stupid overall question, why we boycott that? Because first of all, this is a man that's having business issues with a company or his business partners. That has nothing to do with we don't have that shared experience. So when it comes to the African braid shops, our sisters got that similar experience, enough of them to come together and say, hey, we need to boycott. I don't see Michael Jackson doing a song with Prince and everybody else. We're going to boycott. Oh yeah, we're going to boycott the Jews. So it wasn't ever that serious. These were business arrangements that at some point they got displeased with. No different than Drake and UMG. No different than Drake and UMG. No different than Beanie Siegel and whoever Jay-Z. This stuff happens. Even Master P and his son. Dude, this stuff happens in business, especially the music industry, because it's really cutthroat. Okay, so that answers that. That wasn't something.
Do you know about the Jewish and black riots that was going on in Brooklyn in the early '90s, and you know the Jews getting Leonard Jeffries and the prominent black scholars kicked out of City College and things like that?
Yeah, because they were being disrespectful. Yeah, Pan-Africans like Leonard Jeffries was being disrespectful and saying a lot of anti-Semitic stuff. And they were promoting anti-Semitic books as well. Yeah, I know about that.
So it's anti-Semitic to point out the Jews is involved in the slave trade?
Well, actually, they didn't do that. They came up with a book that was based on pseudoscience, pseudo-historical events.
What was pseudoscience about pointing out the Jews in the slave trade?
No. So you being stupid again. That's not. They didn't just do that. They started to in that same book. They was okay. You just a stupid fool. No, the book ain't just about that. Then there'd be one page. They had a lot of information there that was anti-Israel, anti-Semitism. I know about those things, bro.
What was anti-Israel about? What was anti-Israel?
Look. Okay. Well, first of all, they were trying to repeat other Jewish people anecdotal claims about what really goes down in the Jewish community. So they were taking anecdotal, unconfirmed accounts of Jewish people who were bitter for whatever reason, and they was putting that in their book as it was absolute facts. But yes. If somebody put together and revised history with Foundation of Black Americans, and they act like we were indentured servants or we were employed to work on plantations, yes, and you're an outbuilder, they're gonna kick you the hell out too. Yes, I mean that's just common sense. That's the utmost disrespect. But let's get back to the boycotts because we're way far. All right, so that's to answer your question. Customers have the right. They have the right to boycott a business if they feel like they're being their money and business isn't being respected totally. That's their right.
Yeah, I respect this. I feel like it should be across the board with Jews, Arabs, white people. It seems like FBA is targeting Africans, and so that's why I'm asking.
Braiding
salons, will this be across the board? The Jews and other groups.
What braiding salons that we go to that's ran by Jews, Arabs, Chinese, and white people?
Well, I don't know any. I'm just saying. Of course, business is not just braiding shops.
Didn't they offer a boycott against Gucci?
FBA's no.
You didn't know about that? It's family.
No, I know that was an African American. I don't know about FBA.
I got it. Yeah. It's FBA's. Okay, FBA's.
I mean, FBA is not
this-
federally recognized.
Don't need. Guess what? Neither is African American.
It is federally recognized.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It came about the same. Now, look, you a stupid, filthy tether. And do your research, family. That was
we
never.
We could go to the Census Bureau. We could go to the Census Bureau.
You could do what you want to do. You could do what you want to do. Now, I'm gonna pause you. Let me mute you real fast. I already did a video on this, bro. African American came about the same way FBA did. The only difference is Jesse Jackson went to those same Jews he's talking about. Now look, the Jews is good and bad, right? You hear this guy? So Jesse Jackson went to those same Jews, and he went to their newspapers, and they pitched out African American, and white America embraced that more because they felt like black power was more threatening. They felt like African American was more soft. That's a fact. And they started to put that on applications, and they forced it everywhere possible where you're eligible for something, fill outs, things like that. That was never a real where people voted and signed something and took a poll. Nothing. It was introduced to the public the same way Tariq Nasheed and Yvette Carnell introduced ADOS and FBA, the same exact way. They just had more political power to push it. No different. And it was forced on applications, again, because it was safer and softer than the word black and black power. Because let's compare the difference. African American power. Black power. Black Panthers or African American Panthers. Black Wall Street. No, African American Wall Street. Like, dude, stop. You just filth, man. You just filth.
So FBA is not recognized in the Census Bureau. It's not, right?
Okay, Yugi. Dude, I don't even know what you're talking about. This
point. We could find African American. We could find African American in the 1700s, the 1800s. People identified.
Well, no. You no.
20th and 21st century.
No, you can't. Yeah, but when was it used? When was it used as an identity for us?
Well, people been identifying as Africans.
No. Matter of fact, let me kick you off. The dude he's not trying to engage in an honest discussion. Let me kick him off. Now he's out of here. But that's the same guy who thinks he does good on Tariq Nasheed radio. See, over here, nah. I ain't playing with nobody. Ain't no jokes, ain't no giggling. Straight cook session. I mean, I got the demon emoji when he calls it. I got the demon emoji when he calls it. You know, playing around, cooking, everything he talked about. Hip hop, the record labels, concept masters, publishing, everywhere he went, he took it out. That's the the Holy FBA Codex TV1, you can get it off so everybody is on the table. Yeah. But we're not going to let a tether dictate who, because we boycott Africans, we got to do everybody now. No. But right now, you guys on the chopping block. And everybody else, that's why I said the Gucci thing. Like, how he don't know about the boycott on Gucci? LL. Yeah, filthy dude. Let me see. Somebody say my mic. Let me see. Yes. I'm trying to see how I can. I think my microphone. Oh, it was choppy. You said it was choppy. All right. It's probably because it's raining. It's been raining for 3 days. So yesterday the lights was flickering and everything. But it could be, you know, just natural, just lights and stuff like that. It's raining. Something's wrong with the sound. It's cracking. All right. Yeah, nothing I can do about that. Because I'm in the house, I'm not outside like I normally would be, and yeah, it's just been bad weather for like 3 days straight. But was it bad when I was clicking on Kwame? Those gators. All right, give me a second to hold on, let me get my headphones. I'm gonna get a mic too. Let's try this. Oh, okay. So we got a 1 second. Yeah, secret chat I missed. Cooking I do. Let me get the Bluetooth connected. Give me a second. I can't hear myself. So with the headset, I'll be able to hear myself. It says connected. The hell? Okay, I hear it crackling. Right, so I finally heard the crackling. So I hung up the phone. Let's see where we at now. Let me see it now. It sounds, yeah, it was the phone. Okay, so Kwama, LL says, $5 super chat says, Kwama is a Jamaican Pan-Africanism that lives in New York and is never going to move to Africa, but he hates Black Americans. He is a walking hypocrite. Now, I'm going to say this. Appreciate the $5 super chat, LL. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say Kwama is I'm going to say he is a cosplaying Pan-Africanist. He's not a Pan-African at all. He is a Black conservative, just like Jamaican Dream. Okay, but he takes a different approach. You know, Jamaican Dream takes the fox. No, he takes the wolf approach when he enters our circles. So right off the bat, we know he's not. Kwama, he takes the fox approach. He comes in giggling, smiling, laughing, acting like he's Pan-Africanist because he thinks that was the way in. But he's so like outdated. He's realizing now that Pan-Africanism wasn't the best way in. It wasn't. It's the lineage. And he's realizing that there's no way in if you're not born. If you're not born a certain way. For lineage, there is no way. Now you can be an ally, your supporter, and but that's like on the sideline. But you're not in, you're not in. Okay, yeah, but he has a lot of Black conservative talking points, all right, a lot of their views. And again, I tell you guys, I'm well versed on Black conservatives, alt-right talking points, and Jamaican Dream got more, but Kwama is on his way trying to learn as much. But you see how dumb he is. He brings up stuff and don't know about it, and I constantly keep checking him on that. Yes. So I told you, he'll never say he doesn't know something. He'll always say, oh, I'm not well versed. Well, I know a little bit. No, come here yelling. He'll say, well, I'm not that well versed. He'll never just say, I don't know. And I even called him on it. I said, bro, it's okay to say you just don't know. He just wouldn't do it. Okay, then what's the little you know about Michael Jackson, his record? He's stupid. Didn't even know, man. Never researched it, never nothing. Oh, the Jews control hip hop. How? Nobody can ever control hip hop. Like that's impossible. Because you can always just never sign to nobody. You just can always just rap in your neighborhood, perform karaoke's in local bars and clubs, and that's it. You know what I mean, get like a little fee, maybe $100, $200, and maybe that's just fun for you. Maybe you don't ever want to be controlled by a record label or some distribution company. You like, listen, man, I just want to have fun with this. I got a talent, but I don't want to owe anybody nothing. I want to perform when I want to perform. You dig? And some folks, so how is he controlled by the Jews? Like, no, nobody can control hip hop. But that is some goofy, like that's some, that's some, anti-Semitic thing to say. Just stupid stuff. Oh, the Jews. Yeah, so all the Jews signed Michael Jackson, fool. Just dumb. It's just some tether stuff. Kwame, you have Kwame. I'm gonna call you Kwame. You have yet to display intelligence on this channel. You might want to go back and try your luck. 'Cause over here, we know you. We know what you did last summer, buddy. Matter of fact, he trying to be like that tether who tried to go back to high school at the age of 25, try to rebrand himself. That's Kwame. When he goes to Tariq Nasheed, he's trying to rebrand himself as revenue. Like, dude, we know you as Kwame, the guy who's dumb, who talks about things but know a little bit about what he talks about. And you lucky I ain't challenging that Greek stuff you put in the chat. Look, I wasn't trying to be too petty. Like, I'm just your nightmare, bro. Like, you have never did a gotcha moment on me. I'm your nightmare. Yeah, it's just the most dumbest questions ever. Matter of fact, let me time you out a little bit because right now you're just trolling. Like you're purposely trying to be a distraction. Purposely. All right, so let's get back to our updates, news and updates. But we needed that. We needed to shut them down. Okay, so I did the illegal immigrant that was DUI'd up, head-on-head crash with a American family, took them out. Yeah, Kwame, you should worry about this. Hey, all right. So they worship Africa, but Africa ain't got that many toilets. They hold a whole system of rappers that never got out of Africa that is taking care of families. Right. Kwamisha, the Hotep agent tether, time wasting demon. I think Kwame is being paid by someone to be a distraction for us. I wonder how he makes a living, and he's all over social media in our spaces. Right. Right. And that's why I said today I'm just going to be phone calls, open phone calls today. You know, yeah, I had to yell at my son for running around. I put on mute. Okay, all right, so let's get to the video. It's a failed, like, how you a failed troll? That's a troll.
Tonight, the Trump administration is ending the temporary protected status, roughly 500,000 Haitians in the U.S.
Yeah, Massachusetts is home to the third largest Haitian population. The protection shielded people from deportation. Boston 25 News reporter Drew Caritas is live outside the Haitian consulate in downtown Crossing. Drew?
Rachel, the Trump administration has rolled back an 18-month extension of
16,
deportation protection, stripping hundreds of thousands of Haitian immigrants of their protected status by August. The General Consulate of Haiti here in downtown Crossing and advocates across the Boston area are now being flooded with uncertainty and anxiety.
And it does this country no good to try to ship people back to a dangerous country like Haiti.
A directive to push more than 500,000 Haitians out of the United States in less than 6 months is being called unrealistic and unfair by Jeff Thielman with the International Institute of New England.
You will see communities ripped apart. You will see families ripped apart. They followed legal pathways to get here. They did everything that they were supposed to do.
The Department of Homeland Security says about 57,000 Haitians registered for temporary protected status following a devastating 7.0 magnitude earthquake in 2010. That status was renewed under the Biden administration in 2021 amid civil unrest after the assassination of Haiti's president.
This will have disastrous consequences for them.
7,000 asylum seekers for the earthquake in 2010. 50,000 years later, it's still wanting. What are we doing?
These are people that have been here, some since 2010. A lot of them have had
Around the globe,
U.S. citizen children here in the U.S.
Under the Biden administration, Haiti's temporary protected status was extended through February 3rd, 2026. But protection from deportation and work permits are now set to end on August 3rd of this year.
Wait, bring that back. Haiti's. Why? Why 2026?
And work permits are now set to end on August 3rd of this year.
They knew what it was when they came here on temporary. It says right on it, temporary.
Temporary.
So they knew it was temporary.
Like that temporary nurse.
Over. Louis Murray, chairman of Bostonians Against Sanctuary Cities, is applauding the Trump administration for following through on mass deportation promises and scaling back the use of temporary protected status.
The Haitians have had a chance now since the 2010 earthquake to kind of get their act together, and now we have a chance they can go back safely and rebuild their lives.
The president of the International Institute of New England says his organization has served 16,000 people from Haiti over the last 2 years. Critics say they believe the intent of temporary protected status was manipulated and point out that it was never meant to be a long-term path to citizenship.
They found loopholes. Those liberals found loopholes for them to stay longer. It's just sad.
We're live in downtown Crossing tonight. Drew Caritas, your local station, Boston 25 News.
Drew, thank you.
Take them all in there. Huh? You want to take them all in there?
So, Kwame, you got to do something about this. You got a whole Kenyan family about to get deported. They heard it. They got their hearing. The judge said you got to go. And ICE was sitting there. What do you call that when you by the door? Eavesdropping. Okay. So the judge was telling these Kenyan family, like 12, nah, you got to go. And ICE was at the door eavesdropping. And this is the result.
Yeah, let's take them all in the serve. We just want the one of them. We're going to separate them. Take them to
You want to go down to 10?
You guys are taking all the kids down there?
Yeah, we're just getting one of them. We're just separating them.
I mean, I think you can separate them out now, not take them down to 10.
We'll take them down to 10.
You do what you do. You do what you do and photograph, okay?
Solo dígame si tiene alguna condición médica, si está tomando medicina o si tiene niños en la casa, no debe decir nada más. No tiene que llevar documentos, no tiene que enseñarme, puede permanecer sin silencio.
You ain't gotta go home. It could be Salvador, it could be Swaziland, Swaziland, there we go. You gotta be El Salvador. You know they didn't know the loopholes. It was people from our country, politicians they chose a side that was gaming them the same way they gaming them on their rights. You don't got to speak. You don't got to give them documentation. You don't got. That's the same folks who was hiding them and showing the loopholes how they could stay in the country longer and longer and longer. I mean, for what? What is the gain? Stay here longer to do what? DUI and unalive American citizens? Join a gang? Be a mule for the cartel family? Like, what is the gain? Sashi D says, I just wish these illegals good luck, but they can't be here anymore. Had the roles been reversed, they would want us gone from the country. Oh yeah, man. If the roles were reversed, they wouldn't even wait on ICE. They would be at our door taking us out and removing us. All right, so Earl, so this live will come to a close because I don't want to tie into my next thing, which is good news. Actually, wait. I might not be over. Yeah, no, I'm not over. Okay. So JD Vance, the Republican guy, okay? So he is the author of Hillbilly Elegy, right? He's even referenced by Thomas Sowell as credible, the book being credible. Right. In his book, Hillbilly Elegy, is to show you how like hillbillies are just degenerate as long as they stay in a hillbilly state of mind. And as a result of being degenerates and hillbillies, they pretty much mirror the outcome of Foundation Black Americans, right? Outcomes are basically no different. So, and that's the hillbilly culture. See, it's just culture. Culture is what makes you get out of that hillbilly mindset. See, the nigga, he really is down because he has that hillbilly mindset. Okay. Now, the same JD Vance, he shoots down welfare, he shoots down all type of assistance out there, and he says, "Hey, man, pull your bootstraps up and just go get it like I did." Right. But in the same book, he admit that he benefited from welfare and government assistance programs growing up. Okay, that fact makes his later political stance on cutting or stigmatizing welfare programs appear contradictory or even hypocritical to many critics. Okay, watch this. So now we're gonna deal with the welfare uses of J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance in Hillbilly Elegy is a book about himself. Okay, he openly writes about his chaotic upbringing in a working class Appalachian family. He talks about his mother's struggles with addiction, multiple boyfriends, and instability. He talks about frequent moves, including living with grandparents Mama and Pawpaw, who provided some stability. He talked about using food stamps, public schooling, and taxpayer-funded military benefits like the GI Bill after he joined the Marines. He talked about attending public universities before going to Yale Law School. Okay, so yes, public programs help him survive, stabilize, and succeed. All right, so now watch this. So, despite his personal history, J.D. Vance has become a vocal critic of welfare culture, promoting views such as blaming government assistance for generational poverty. See, and what happens is we got some insecure FBAs who borrow this talking point, not knowing it's coming from straight up racists because they think it makes sense. Okay, so what else he does? He criticized single mothers and fatherless homes for social decay. He promote the idea that hillbillies or poor Americans need to adopt better values than they relied on than to rely on aid. So he's saying, nah, don't use the programs I used so I can level up. Instead, just adopt better values. Okay. He allied he allied himself with conservative figures who seek to cut welfare, even though his entire life story contradicts that stance. Okay. So to align with the right-wing populist base and appear self-made by denouncing government dependency, that's a problem. That's hypocrisy. Selective memory. He praises self-discipline and personal grit, yet he downplays the crucial safety net that allow him to gain those traits. Okay, he positions himself as the exception to justify dismantling the very systems that helped him succeed, essentially pulling up the ladder after he climbed it. That's what he's doing. So, if welfare corrupts people, why didn't it corrupt J.D. Vance? See, that's what I tell you guys who just don't know no better. Okay, he's proof welfare doesn't doom you. It can be a launch pad, which I always says this is not a trap. The real trap is cutting safety nets and blaming people for systems they didn't build. All right. So white Americans benefited heavily from New Deal, GI Bill, and redlining based home ownership advantages, but now demonize assistance when it includes foundation Black Americans. So politicians like Vance don't. I'm sorry. Politicians like Vance adopt conservative talking points for political gain, even if they contradict their own histories. So don't let them trick you out your spot. Yeah, welfare is not something you're supposed to be on for 10, 15, 20 years. So you shouldn't have 10, 9, 12, 15 kids. Hold on. Yeah. So for like the 100th time, and it may be 101, but welfare, it doesn't doom anybody. Welfare is the place before the ground. You know, when people say I hit bottom ground, well, you can't hit bottom ground if you're on welfare. Okay, so welfare pretty much stops you from hitting bottom ground, or if you're already bottom ground, it gets you away from it brings you up a notch, but you're no longer bottom ground. Okay. It provides some sense of stability so you can get your life right and get off it. Okay, so if you're staying on welfare forever voluntarily, that's not welfare, that's you. And the example I use is crutches. If I break my leg, twist my ankle, and I'm using crutches, which is welfare, okay, and then my ankle heals, my leg heals, and I don't throw the crutches away. I'm still using crutches my entire life. That's not the crutches. That's me. It's a mindset. Okay. Use welfare for what it is. And it's really for people who are down bad, very, very, very poor. That's why it's even hard to even qualify because the average FBA isn't that poor. Now, we do things in life, we make decisions in life to make us that poor. And one thing for sure, you dig? So you definitely gonna be on welfare. Right. Leon FBA, I'm gonna throw you a lineage wrench. Damn. Yeah, I know the sound is janky because I had took the phone off. LaRonda Hicks said JD Vance had a bad aura around him. He's not like Trump. I think he's trying too hard to impress Trump. Welfare keeps Americans from living like Africans and Caribbean. Exactly, Pinky. Jago DeRogue says, and the armed forces credit union discriminates black people. Black people may pay more or have their luxury tax money and denied, but yet people that don't have the money get the home loans and then go bankrupt or don't pay. Yeah, yeah. I'm saying I see a lot of illegals stay with some new shit. Big old F-150 trucks. Um, what is Leon talking about? JD Vance is the example of why welfare is needed and should be increased. Yeah, so I had a debate with um DJ Focus on welfare, and he said the worst thing possible, which I got him up. He was pissed off at me. But that just let me know, like, dude, you don't even know why welfare, like what it's supposed to do. Okay, go in the kitchen. Okay. He didn't know what welfare was intended for. So he's debating me about welfare, and he had his own reason why he believed welfare was welfare. Like it wasn't based on any facts. It's like his belief. So when I cooked him, I said, that's not what welfare doesn't do that. He was like, really? Really? He was like kind of shocked. 1 second. Okay. So let me find that. I'm definitely gonna pick up a microphone first chance I get. All right, so let me find that welfare thing, and then I gotta get lucky, find out where he said the unthinkable. Yeah, Leon might be trolling. Leon just might be trolling. So we're in a troll alert on Leon. Anybody can make up a screen name, put FBA there. But we know you're not one of us, but it's easy. Like, yeah, you can lie, say FBA by your name or just testimony, right? And we'll take it on the surface. But your comments is gonna let us know you're not FBA. It's hard to like not say some non-FBA stuff because you don't know what's non-FBA. It doesn't come at you, it doesn't come from you normal. Okay, so let me see if I got it over here. Let's see if it's over here. The welfare debate. Okay. All right. So it is over here then. Damn. My, okay. So this is a perfect example of people not understanding what welfare is and just listening to Republicans.
These houses who own these buildings are getting the majority of the rent. Just because you paying $30 a month, $50 a month, $70 a month, guess what? The rent is still $1,500, brother. And that rest of that $1,230 is going back to some white man. While you are paying a little bit of money in rent,
It's going back to
and we're giving you.
When he said the white man, like he don't understand what he's saying. He just talking. He owns the property. The government insured him, basically. So the government covers the other 70%. Okay, that's LIHTC. That's low income housing. Okay, that's how that works. Matter of fact, let me share my screen. Okay. It's like yeah. I had it. Oh, I don't know what the fuck I'm spelling shit totally wrong. Okay, so well, he's talking about something he doesn't know about. Okay, so LIHTC, that's the acronym. The low income housing tax credit. Who's getting the tax credit? The developers. So when developers come up with new development and they want because the area is cheap and up for sale, i.e., gentrification, the city, local, state government, the city government wants to and give them some type of incentives to keep some of the natives still in the city. So say, hey man, we want you to produce because we know you're gonna have some luxury apartments. We want you to work with us so the natives still can afford the rent. You know what I mean? Because they lived in basically real projects, and you're coming up with these luxury buildings for like people that has like more money, way more money. We want to incentivize you to work with us so that we can have a payment for the natives and they're living luxury, but they're paying like the same price they had for those project buildings. That program is called LIHTC, Low Income Housing Tax Credit. So the developers get a tax credit. So this program is the primarily can't even see what that says. I ain't got my mouse to scroll over. Is the primary, it might be there's a federal initiative to, as a matter of fact, let me make it smaller. Yep, federal. Okay, so the low income housing tax credit, LIHTC program is the primary federal initiative in the United States designed to encourage the development and rehabilitation of affordable rental housing. Okay, how does this work? So I'm debating a guy on welfare and he has no idea how this stuff works. Okay, watch this. Tax credits are as incentive. The program offers federal income tax credits to developers who agree to reserve a certain percentage of units within their rental properties for lower income households, according to congress.gov, you fool. So they say, hey, preserve some of your units for those people who can't afford these. They're natives to the city. As you're gentrifying it, let's leave something for them where they can live lavish, but it's affordable to them. Okay. So funding affordable housing. Developers typically sell these tax credits to investors, mostly financial institutions, to gain the upfront equity financing need for construction or rehabilitation. This reduces the developers' need for debt financing and enables them to offer lower rents. Okay. So income and rent restrictions. Here's the point. Properties developed with LIHTC must meet specific eligibility requirements related to tenant income and rental limits. Typically, at least 20% of units must be occupied by tenants with incomes at or below 50% of the area median income, AMI, or at least 40% of the units are for tenants at or below 60% of AMI. Rents are restricted to ensure affordability for these lower income housing, right? So now, here's the thing. When it says long-term affordability, the affordability requirements usually last for a minimum of 15 years with state housing agencies often imposing an extended period of 30 years. So basically, after that 15-year period, he can like get that contract where he said where he agreed to give it to like low income people. He could dismiss it after 15 years, and he could demand regular rent where you got to go. And that's why he says state housing agencies often imposing an extended period of 30 years. Okay, so that's pretty much what this is, right? So this is an incentive, right, for developers to preserve some units for people in that city, which is probably gonna be FBA, all right, that qualify and they could remain in their city. They're not totally gentrified out. So yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna delete Buddy. Yeah, I'm just gonna block Leon FBA, this fake channel. Yeah, you can't fake FBA and get away with it. Okay, so that's a little bit about Tech. Okay, so let me go here.
You food stamps that you can also go spend with the white man. You can go spend at their stores. Okay.
See, when your argument against me is the white man and their stores, like, come on, I can't really take you serious. Like, you sound like Kwamisha. 1 second.
At these stores that are not owned by you. So everything we give you, you giving back to us times 20. Okay. And yet, although we're still amassing and get the powers that be, the enemy, the bourgeoisie, whatever you want to call them, the corporations, I don't care what you call them. Okay.
Bilderbergers.
The what they're doing is the brunt of the money is going to them while you get crumbs and trinkets and get incentivized for a lack of responsibility, and the wealth gap continues to widen. This is why the entire welfare paradigm is a detriment to us as a people. It's a detriment to Black growth, to Black financial growth.
You see, so now this sounds smart, but this is literally play by play out of the conservative alt-right wing playbook. Like, again, like JD Vance will agree with every last word. Charlie Kirk, the most racist, Richard Spencer, Jared Taylor, they will agree. Like, hell yeah, he's 100% correct.
To building wealth, it is an extreme detriment, and the paradigm itself needs to be replaced. Sure, Susie anecdotal, I can tell her, look, do what you need to do right now, but eventually you working to get off the welfare.
Bad for immigrants too?
I ain't really talking about immigrants, but if you
talking about the system of welfare, like it's so bad, it should be bad for everybody.
But the immigrants wasn't redlined. The immigrants didn't deal with the freedmen.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with the question.
I'm just talking about the system.
Didn't have Black Wall Street burned
down.
I'm
talking about
the immigrants
welfare.
Didn't have their land taken to eminent domain. The immigrants
so
didn't deal with that.
Let me ask you this way.
This racial, hold on, this racial
right,
wealth
you don't like to be.
Now he's one of those let me finish guys, by the way. Okay, that's what he is.
Question, like during your,
I included in it.
It just raised more questions than answers. So just Black people, or do you welfare negatively affect just Black people, or do you think it negatively affect everybody across the board? And if it doesn't negatively affect white people, how does it help them?
Well, in certain circumstances, it negatively affects everybody. Okay. In certain circumstances, because once again, it keeps you from building wealth, it keeps you from growing, it keeps you from.
No, how does welfare keep you from doing better in life? You just got to get off welfare. So if you're on welfare and you're in school, right, and you finish school, you apply for a job, and they want to hire you at $75,000 a year starting off. Yeah, you got to get off welfare. So how does welfare keep you from starting that job? Like this dude is like this. These are Republican, Black nationalist talking points.
putting your family in the best financial responsibility.
Bro said when I first joined this channel, I had to go through a background check. I always say Chicago, Illinois, West Side 773, but I don't say nothing to embarrass the community. For future references, try not to embarrass your people or ours. All right.
Best place financially from putting your children in the best place that they can be financially. But it affects us a lot more because we're the brokest. We're the ones at the end of the wealth gap. So therefore, we need welfare more percentagely. Yes, there's 13% of us, and there's
Okay, but you're not saying why it's bad. Obviously, I just said welfare is for the people that are at rock bottom or going there fast.
70, 60 something percent of them. So numbers wise, it might say, well, a little bit more of them are on welfare, but percentage wise, we far outweigh them when it comes to us being.
So when he says percentage wise, he's talking about per capita.
On these government
What if I told you that welfare was
welfare
created
programs? Hold on. Let me answer your question
everything
first.
can't be a speech, bro. Come on, like.
But let me answer your question first.
Yeah, but
he's still answering the question. I'm telling you, like, he's one of those guys who's never finished.
everything can't, bro. Come on, bro.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, at some point we gotta have like just dialogue where I say something, you answer, and then you could answer.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this guy
Because that means that we'll never.
Linus Eshman, he tether grabbed my butt on the bus yesterday. They're getting zesty out there. Almost went to really? Wow. Yeah. Dang. He's tethered. I wish it never happened to me, man. I don't know what I'll do.
We get to the bottom line of the thought. So now, what if I told you welfare was created as a means to provide a safety net to reduce poverty? So again, it's everything opposite than what you're saying. What if welfare was created as to a means to provide a safety net to reduce poverty and ensure that people who are facing economic difficulties or life changes had the basic support they needed to survive and eventually thrive? So it wasn't there to hold you in survival mode, it's to hold you where you can pull your bootstraps up and then eventually survive. So that means that got to be on you. That you got to have that in you. It reflected the idea that no one should be left without assistance when they are unable to support themselves due to circumstances beyond their control. So that's what it was created for. It was for people that are faced with tough times that's beyond their control, and it was to give them a safety net. All right.
Yeah, because guys like this guy, DJ Focus, they believe an FBA person could just simply go to the welfare office and just get welfare because they just don't want to work. That's not how that works. Yeah, it is very, very hard to get on welfare. You got to prove so much that you just down rock bottom, and they want to look at your bank account, all type of shit. It is not an easy thing to get on. Like a lot of black nationalists will make you think, and black conservatives.
And I keep saying foundation or building block for them to start on. So now they can stop worrying, stop working over as much overtime, getting a second job. I can stick with one job because
anyway. So I just want to talk about that because I was debating this guy on welfare, and he was like Kwame said, he really didn't know what he was talking about. He was going off what he believed welfare was for and what it was about, and he got educated in the worst way, and he didn't like it. Okay, but anyway, I got a video coming up next. Maybe 3 o'clock. All right. So you guys have heard of the Tuskegee Airmen. Okay. You guys heard of the Tuskegee Airmen. Well, I'm gonna bring to you some other foundational Black American airmen I don't believe you ever heard about before. All right. You ready for that one? So that is the next live, right? So we got on to this today. I took a call, cooked them, and now we're going to go into our history. exposed the nation and the world to our elite history. So we're going to learn about some more airmen. This is going to be some brilliant information that most of you never heard before. Right? So with that, family, we out of here. Make sure you like the video on your way out, or like it now.